afternoon. This is Pastor Carol Gates from Lamb of God Lutheran Episcopal Church in Fort Myers, Florida. So glad that you could join us as we begin our series, The Good News Now. Good morning, you too. It is so great to have Marianne and Jeff Saunders with us this morning at Lamb of God Lutheran Episcopal Church as we begin the Good News Now interview that we're doing during the next 6 weeks. So basically, what this astrologer is saying is that you two have a lot of energy to carry out an ambitious project in 2021. Have you ever thought about that? Are there projects that you really want to tackle? So, what about you, Marianne?
I'm really looking forward to volunteering again in the community. Jeff and I volunteer at St. Matthew's House in one of the thrift stores. And it takes a lot of energy because it's really, it's really physical and can be, you have to meet a lot of different people. And we haven't been able to do that this year. So we're ready to just get in there and just enjoy the people. And there's a lot of really nice spiritual people that work there. So we're just really looking forward to that. And I'm in another organization that have kind of joined during the pandemic that's going to be people oriented and surface oriented. So we're just tired of staying at home. As much as I loved, doing the things I love quietly, I'm just kind of ready to be community minded. And well, Jeff and I actually met doing volunteer work, so we have this energy that we want to give back because we got so much out of life just starting at that point.
Right. You two are unique in a number of ways. First of all, your hearts are big, and I know that. You also have fantastic senses of humor, both of you. Both of you. What I've come to enjoy about you is learning more about your faith backgrounds because you come from different faith backgrounds. And if you don't mind sharing with us, how does that work? And if you tell the people that don't know you what your faith backgrounds are.
Well, you want to start?
Well, my family were Episcopalians, and I also kind of did some very non-Episcopal things when I was a teenager and when I was in college, because we happened to be in this thing called the Jesus movement. So I've kind of done both spectrums. I've been in the really formal traditional churches, but I've also had a lot of those unusual experiences that came out at that time. And so my faith is sort of flexible in that I've been in different periods of my life, but I just kind of believe that Jesus is kind of grassroots, but I really love the traditional church also.
For me, I was raised Jewish, been Jewish, but I've never really, I like the tradition, I just don't like the cult, I guess what to call it, the culture or the way they operate, I don't know. I've been to Baptist churches, Unitarian, I've been to Episcopalian, I've been to everything to explore as much as I can to explore the world and what else is out there. And to be honest, not to brag, this is a great place. I love Lamb of God. It's wonderful. I mean, it's open to me. I'll say it in not a joking way, but it is. This is like Cheers. It's like you walk in and you know everybody and everybody knows you, kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting. You don't have to worry about who you are, what you are. It's just how you doing. Hey, it's good to see you again. And I couldn't find that anywhere else. I really couldn't find that anywhere else. It's just kind of like you're at home sometimes. I mean, at home to the point where Wendy will say, "Leave me alone already. Get out of here." So what can I say? No, okay, but, okay, Mom, I'm leaving now. See you later. So it's kind of fun to do. It's kind of interesting. It's like, I guess because I'm retired now and I can relax and enjoy life, and God knows I will not take life serious ever again. This is it. Sorry, done with that. Life is full of fun, full of good things. You just have to find them and enjoy them. And whatever God gives you, you take and run with it. That's it. So, but I guess I'll always be Jewish, but I don't always will be Jewish. Does that sound crazy? It's like, I believe in what Jesus Christ believes in. I just don't believe the way it's done, but I still believe in it. So it's like I feel like I'm in a twilight zone, but I still like being here, enjoying people in place. I don't feel sacrilegious for being in the service here. I feel comfortable, so it's fine. So Okay, that's it. I'm
Oh
done.
no, that's.
Yeah.
I was gonna. My question was gonna be how, as a couple, do you relate in discussing religion with one another when the belief systems are different? But I think
Oh,
I think you
I
answer.
love it. I love arguing with her. Not debating, debating. Let me put that, debating, okay? Debating. Because there's no right answer or wrong answer. You just have to learn from each other and say, yeah, you're right. You know, that's a good point. Or maybe I'll consider that or whatever. I don't know. But it's open because it's marriage is open communications. So you got to keep it open. You got to do it. And it's just fun in the middle of a car ride. We'll go, what about this? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And you start debating it. And it's like, it just comes natural. It's like you're trying to hide anything or defend anything.
Right. And so during 2020, where we came up with this idea of the good news now has to do with there's been so much negative news in 2020, just over and over and over again. So the question became we need to start talking about good news and good news now. And so if you had to share an inspiring moment or an inspiring story, what would you share about 2020? I know it's a tough question, and I didn't give it to you in
Where do I
advance.
start? Where do I
Yes.
start? Okay.
There's been great highs and lows. I mean, like the first couple weeks were the hardest. And it was like, oh my God, you know, how am I going to deal with this? I'm going nuts. Like after a few days, you think, I'm just going crazy. But there's been wonderful times to do the things we love to do. And there's been great joys and wonderful moments. We've connected with a lot of people through Zoom has been amazing. And just horrendous, you know, just both extremes. The most fear you could ever have been in this year, and so it's been, you know, it's been kind of a spiritual experience that, you know, God has been with me, that through these wonderful moments and through these just the most horrendous, fearful moments, and just, you know, a closeness with God that I probably wouldn't have had if I had just been running around doing my own thing.
Right. Yeah.
And just and a closeness with people. I've been in my house, but I've actually made a lot of friends.
Love that Zoom.
I don't know how tall they are,
I know, isn't that
That's
the
right,
truth?
no, it's true, yeah.
That's funny.
but just people that I kind of just barely knew now are my really close friends. You know, so this is exciting, and then we've made plans. Like some of, you know, we've said let's the group of us go out and eat together. You know, so that's exciting.
Right. And that is good news now because the good news is about relationships. It is our faith and how you live out your faith. That's the good news. But relationships are a tremendous, tremendous part of it. I am so grateful that you both came out and first of all said yes to my question when I asked you
My
to
arm
do
is
this
twisted,
interview.
did you know that?
Yes, yes.
No, it's not.
It's been great. And I knew that the stories that you would share with us were going to be wonderful stories. So I truly appreciate that.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
And knowing that, you know, outside of Lamb of God, you continue serving, that's amazing. And that also is good news now. So, so we give thanks for the Saunders for their time with us today.
Thank you.
And this is Pastor Carol Gates with Jeff and Marianne Saunders for the Good News Now.